This video is getting harder and harder. I think because the subjects are getting more serious too. Sergio, man, it was good to hear from you, bro. I know it's been a minute. Apologize for this late response. And I'm sorry to hear about Terry, man, but I'm grateful you were able to witness him find some peace in his last days, bro. I sincerely appreciate the engagement too, man. Childhood trauma can be a tough conversation, but it's a necessary one just regarding how it contributes to generational trauma. Yeah, complex trauma includes being repetitively exposed to neighborhood violence, domestic violence, poverty, systemic discrimination, family instability, family incarceration, family substance use. You compound that with physical, sexual, and emotional abuse, physical and emotional neglect. Yeah, as kids, our minds are most adaptable to our experiences. So that nervous system that's constantly responding to childhood trauma, it organizes itself to stay alert and stay ready for conflict. Doesn't really have the freedom to explore. The brain becomes wired for survival, man, and you develop these instinctual solutions to protect yourself in unsafe environments. For some of us, that just means emotional dysregulation or becoming numb to our experiences. Yeah, we all develop that hard outer core, continue to respond with hostility and aggression, never learn how to calm ourselves, especially when we get overwhelmed with stress and anxiety. Yeah, I was one of those ones that just chose to disassociate myself from everybody. Yeah, I withdrew from social engagement altogether. Inattentive in school because I'm daydreaming opportunities just to escape the experience. Other people develop false identities, man, because it feels safer to conform to the environment. Whether that means other people's ideal of who you're supposed to be or just appeasing to the crowd, just to fit in different social groups. Code switching so much that you become an imposter of yourself, hence the imposter syndrome. Just attempting to protect yourself. But for all of us, complex trauma influences our perception of the world, how we see ourselves, our attachment styles, how we communicate with our significant other, how we process emotions, and how we interact with one another. Yeah, we all make mistakes of thinking those are personality traits, but at the end of the day, that's just adopted survival behavior. It's just been encoded in your DNA, just repetitively being exposed to traumatic experiences. And that's basically what the neuroscience suggests. There's a saying that goes, neurons that fire together are wired together, which means every time your body and mind is responding to trauma, those same brain circuits that you think are keeping you safe, they also increase the odds of your nervous system getting stuck in that state. Fight, flight, freeze, staying hypervigilant. Yes, it does affect our ability to trust. Promotes a lot of unhealthy coping skills because we're trying to soothe ourselves. Substance use, hypersexual activity, excessive eating, isolation, gambling, reckless driving, trying to get that adrenaline rush. And some of us overwork ourselves to avoid the underlying issue. At the root of each issue, our DNA is actually transcribed and compounded with complex trauma, impacting our genetic line, perpetuating generational cycles of trauma. Yeah, repairing the nervous system just requires neuroplasticity. Rewiring the brain and adjusting how you respond to toxic stress. Otherwise, those childhood habits become adult behaviors. And Sergio, I'm almost certain that was part of your request. So I hope I addressed it. It's important to remember that anything that has been learned can be unlearned. Those patterns are not permanent. You just got to be willing to do the work and process your trauma. And if you're not doing that with a professional, at least find a healthy outlet. Challenge yourself to do better, feel better, be better. Continue to prioritize your mental health and wellness. Goody out.